It's a hunting triple play from Iowa to Kansas to South Texas as host Larry Wiseun, Mr. Whitetail, relives some of the best hunts of the season and recalls some of the best people he's met and knows on this special Best Of episode of Winchester's World of Whitetail.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter. The Buck Bomb blows away traditional scents. And by Bad Boy Buggies, they'll never hear you coming.
The first stop for Larry Wiseun on this Best Of episode of Winchester World of Whitetail is the bluff country above the mighty Mississippi here in southeastern Iowa. Here, with guides Travis Simpson and Mike Hine, Wiseun will hunt on the famous Timber Ghost Ranch that's been offering trophy deer hunting for a decade. The ranch's thousands of acres are inhabited by the largest of the white-tailed subspecies, Odocoileus virginianus borealis, the northern whitetail. And it's here that Wiseun knows there's a chance of his seeing maybe the biggest buck of his hunting career.
We're setting up next to this tree that I got trying to set the shooting sticks up for the pistol, and just about that time, here comes this buck, and I mean absolutely the buck of a lifetime. He's got at least 10 points, massive. One of the biggest typical whitetail deer I've ever seen in my life, especially when I've been hunting. I mean, I've seen a few deer that were outstanding, but we weren't hunting at the time, or maybe the seasons were closed. But he's coming right toward us.
Wiseun's been in the game long enough to know that deer get away a lot more than they get taken. But this was a hard one to see run off. Hunting's as much of an art as a science, and it pays for a hunter to follow his instincts. So Wiseun's instincts have told him to go back where he saw that monster buck.
You know, sometimes you go somewhere and you just have a feeling. It's hard to describe. That's the way this place felt to me, and I think to Mike Hine as well.
Larry, there's a big buck coming over the ridge with those. If you get a chance, take him.
You know, for the most part in life, you may have an opportunity one time at an absolutely monstrous buck. And you've generally got about 5 seconds to see him, evaluate him to age and antler size, estimate the distance, and make the shot. Now that just took a whole lot longer than 5 seconds to tell you, so that's how quick you've got to make your mind up when you see this buck. He's coming down, he's coming down this slope. Now right off this slope is a deep creek bottom. He stops right on the edge of that creek bottom, just about 10 feet from the top, and I know it is now or never.
Nice shot, Larry.
Oh man, all I could see was really just part of me. He is down, and I can tell by the elation and the excitement of Mike. There's something really special about this deer. Mike's excited, I'm excited. I'm excited because I know it's a big deer, but I don't know how big it is. I have no idea how big he is. All I know is he's tall. I saw the antlers glinting in the sun. Let's go look at him. Oh my God, Mike, that's one that just grows and grows the closer you get.
Look at the tight length on that thing.
Oh my God. It can't be, but it is. It's the buck that we saw the day before. 10 long points, split brow tines, 12-inch tines, 9-inch fronts, 7, 8-inch brow tines, 26, 27, 8-inch, whatever they were, main beams. No doubt, at my feet lay the biggest deer that I've ever taken in my life. And this time it worked out on a deer that scored over 200, my biggest whitetail ever. Still can't believe it.
There'll be more deer for Wisehoon to shake his head over when Winchester World of Whitetail returns.
He's right there, see him, he's coming back, he's coming back.
Welcome back to Winchester World of Whitetail. Hunters have come to appreciate the role predators may have to play in the world of management.
So very often when we think in terms of white-tailed deer, unfortunately, we don't think about fawns. You know, we think about does, we think about what bucks we ought to harvest, think about all those things, but we forget how important fawn survival rate is. Now, the things that determine that are nutrition. You want those deer on a good nutrition on a daily basis throughout the year, not on a seasonal basis, but a year-round basis. Some instances, you may have to do some predator control as well. Coyotes, bobcats, even mountain lions can be really big predators on whitetail fawns as well as whitetail mature deer. But something that we forget about, especially in the southeast sometimes, is fire ants. Fire ants can be really quite a predator when it comes to fawns, especially in those years when it's really dry, because they come to those fawns when they're laying there on the ground for the moisture. So there are a lot of factors that come into play. I like to get out during the springtime, early summer, early fall, and look for fawns as well as looking for deer, because that's going to give me a really good idea as to what our deer crop's going to look like 4, 5, and 6 years down the road. So if you're a whitetail deer hunter, get out there and find out what the fawn survival rate is in the area that you're going to hunt. Because remember, those fawns that are born this year, 4 or 5 years from now, those are going to be the bucks you're going to be looking for with those big antlers.
This Best Of episode now moves from Iowa to the southern Central Plains and the home of the pure-blooded Kansas deer. Here with guide and outfitter Stan E. Christensen of the original Kansas Trophy Whitetails, Wisehoon will challenge his hunting abilities with a muzzle loader and iron sights.
The first afternoon that we hunted, we saw this really good, tall, really tall 10-point. Problem was he came in about 5 minutes after legal shooting time was over with. Couldn't wait to get back the next afternoon. Now, the area that we were hunting, there was no way to really get in there during the morning time, because if you did, you were going to spook the deer out of the field, and we didn't want to do anything to upset a pattern that those deer had created. There's some more does down there. I think they're does, yes. No doubt. Deer start coming in, little does, little fawns, you know, big does, little fawns, and we're glassing, and I'm glassing, and, you know, not really a whole lot showing up. And I'm just sitting there hoping and praying this really big buck that I saw the afternoon before is going to show up before legal shooting time. Here comes the mob. turkeys. Several gobblers in that bunch. They're with hens. I can't believe that. That's the wrong time of year. Finally, a little buck shows up just about the time the sun's down, and you know, we've got about 30 minutes of legal shooting time left. Deer really starting to come out. Boy, I wish he were that big deer we're looking for. It gets to be about 10, 12 minutes after sundown, and I'm checking my telephone to be sure that what time it is, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm beginning to have doubts that something may show up. There's a deer. There's a deer bear right on the edge of that brush line. Then I just happened to look through one little hole in that pop-up blind, and as far away as I can see, here walks a buck. I can just see his antlers come up above this little hill, and he's not very wide. He's probably right at his ears wide, but oh my goodness, is he tall. Oh my goodness, that's him. Big, tall, 10-point. And I'm going, oh please, and I've got the phone here and I'm looking at the time. We got about 12 minutes left. He's coming a little bit, and then he comes at a run. I'm looking at the clock, and oh my goodness, we got plenty of time left, thankfully. And he's coming at a run, he's coming at a run. He stops at about 150 yards out there. And he turns and goes to the right, my right. Oh no, he's veering this way. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this deer is gonna come around behind us. He is gonna smell us. The wind's blowing in my face, and he's going, and I'm watching, and he's going to the right, and I'm following with binoculars, and finally, I'm leaned way over, and I just know he's gonna go around behind us, and it's gonna be over with. And I check, you know, make sure, just in case he happens to come back. Yep, we've got about 8 minutes of legal shooting time left. He's right there, see him, he's coming back, he's coming back. He's right there, he's about 75, 80 yards away, and he's angling his way right in front of us. Get the rifle up, I've got the hammer cocked. We're just waiting because he is coming at a slow walk. He's coming at a slow walk. I look at the clock real quickly. There's about 5, 6 minutes of time left before legal shooting time is over with again. And he walks right to the spot where we put the buck bomb. That front bead, right where it's supposed to be. Take a deep breath. Can't see for the smoke. Oh, he's hit hard. He's hit hard, he's hit hard, he's hit hard. I can see him, he's stumbling, he's down, he is down.
As the last legal shooting light drained over the horizon, Wiseun was able to get a bead on this buck and make a perfect shot. And when he and Christensen have time to examine the deer in the light of day, they see that the deer is every bit as good and maybe even better than they imagined.
A little bit of fuzz left right there. Yeah. Some velvet. But I love this tine length. I mean, my gracious. I mean, those are 11, 12-inch tines right there.
Yeah. I know when looking this deer straight on, he doesn't look as good as he does until he turns and whatever.
He's not real wide. But I don't care. I love that tine length.
A tight tape on these beams and tines produces a gross score of 173 points, which, as Wiseun would be pleased to admit, is the largest Sunflower State buck he's ever taken. There's more deer hunting ahead when this best of edition of Winchester World of Whitetail continues.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter. The Buck Bomb blows away traditional scents. Bad Boy Buggies, they'll never hear you coming. And by Wild Game Innovations, nutrition, attraction, and action.
Winchester World of Whitetail resumes its homecoming to South Texas for an old man and the boys.
Throughout the whitetail year, I get to hunt with lots of very interesting people, but I don't think any of the hunts are as special as the one that I try to do usually between Christmas and New Year's with my grandsons.
Well, I'm looking forward to spending time with my papa, maybe shoot a couple of deer.
I really like to hunt with my grandpa, and it's really fun.
Jake started hunting with me first. He's a little bit older. He kind of grew up around me a little bit more than the others did, and so he got to hunt with me first off. But every year I've tried to, as much as I can, at least spend time with each one of those boys, taking them on a deer hunt somewhere. They've learned gun safety, they know how to handle the guns, they know where shot placement needs to go, and I'm a firm believer that you start a child very early in life on hunting.
Located southeast of Carrizo Springs, Texas, the ranch is managed specifically for its white-tailed deer population. Part of the management plan includes selectively culling animals to balance herd size with available habitat. For Larry, the day serves double duty as both a management exercise and a superior way to connect with his grandsons.
Whoa, there's a bobcat right there.
Yeah, that's a bobcat.
Wow.
Just walked out right there. It's a pretty cat.
Beautiful.
There's so many of them down here in South Texas. Looks like a big old male.
It's like the first cat I've ever seen.
Is that the first time you guys have seen a big bobcat?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna walk across here in a second. Just
There it goes.
yeah, it just disappeared.
Trot it
I'll
off
tell you
like
what,
that.
guys, that was a big bobcat. Cool shot in it. Cool place. Think about that.
So lucky to catch that on.
Big old bobcat.
Wiseun guides his grandsons out into the pear flats, trying to teach as painlessly as possible as they go. There's a world of knowledge to impart. But then, almost too soon, they're settled into the ground blind, where the elder boy Jake will be doing the shooting today.
Hey, look, there's one coming from the brush.
Yeah, there's one coming out of the brush. Let me see which one there. Yeah, that deer is really old. He's 10 points. He's not real long time. Get on him, stay on him though, Jake. Okay? That's the one we want to get, okay? So let's be real quiet, okay? Be very patient. Jake, let's wait a little bit. He doesn't seem to be excited or anything. The wind's in our favor. It's kind of blowing in our face right here. He's at least 6 years old. He's an ideal management buck. There's all those other bucks are young bucks, and they're much better bucks than he's gonna be. You do remember where to hit him, right? Yeah, right behind the shoulder. Okay, shoot him right behind the shoulders if you get a chance. Or if you can, if not right behind the shoulders, right on the shoulders. Okay, get on him. Okay, he's clear. There's not another deer right behind him. If you get a chance, take him. You got it. You hit him. You hit him hard.
He jumped up.
Yeah, I know. See how he kicked out like he did? I think you hit him right through the lungs and the heart area. Guys, I see blood over here. Y'all want to come in? That is absolutely what we're looking for. That is a really old deer. He's got about 20 inches of main beam.
I was really happy because that was my biggest buck that I have ever shot.
That is a fabulous, good shot.
Another season comes to a close. So what does that make for you? Like 80, right?
Sure, laugh it up. By the way, how old are you?
Me? Heck, I'm only 6 years old. I'm in my prime.
You sure are, my friend. You sure are. Go ahead and take him.
What the? Larry, I thought we were friends. Good thing he's as bad a shot as you.